Hey, ladies. Okay, we're doing another SisterCode audio. So today, ladies, I want to talk about representation matters. Yeah, and when I'm saying representation matters, I'm not talking in terms of like color and things like that, ladies. Because what we're building here, it surpasses that. What SisterCode has been built on love plus support equals growth. It is for the benefit and the growth of us as women. So, on real growth, like a real growth community. Yeah? So, when I'm speaking on representation matters, I'm talking about your sister circle has to represent the best possible version of you and us as women in itself. They say, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are, right? That is very real. Representation matters, How you see yourself, how you represent yourself is reinforced by the people you have around you, ladies. We know that. This is basic stuff. We teach this to our kids, We teach them to pick good friends and have good friends. And if they're picking friends which are looking a little bit, they're like, oh no, little Susie or little Johnny or little whatever her name might be, he or she might be. We don't know about them because representation matters, because we know if our children are aligned with certain things, they too will be perceived to be those things, right? So in sister circles, in friendships, it must apply. I've come across ladies through this walks of life, and ladies, I'm 40. I'm going to be 41 in August, Leo season. And I've come across many women that have said, one's way, and then their friend is another way. And then they'll be like, oh, that's not just how I am. That's just how my friend is. But I'm not that way. And I'm like, but do you not understand that people, right or wrong, will perceive you to be a certain way? Now, if your friend is is portraying something negative, and you want to now say, well, oh, no, I portray something positive. My friend portrays something negative, but, two cannot walk together unless they be agreed, ladies. There has to be things there to which are in line and in alignment with each other. You can't be that polar opposites and still working with one another unless it's by some kind of real trauma bond. So I don't really go with those excuses. I'm a firm believer in that book has to match, the front cover has to match the insides. Ladies, don't give me a book and tell me that I'm thinking that, I'm reading Goldilocks and the Three Bears because that's what the cover says, and I get inside there and then it's like some kind of Mills and Boons raunchy novel, and I'm like, what? Or on the outside, it looks like it's I don't know, an X-rated cover of a magazine, and on the inside, you want to give me something like, I don't know, something from Jane Austen. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, ladies, realistically. And I don't seem to understand why a lot of our women, a lot of our modern women, do not seem to get this correlation that you have to represent who you are at the best of times. And you have to pick wisely and pick people around you which will reinforce you being a better person. It's just sometimes it feels like a no-brainer, but is it really a no-brainer, ladies? Is it really a no-brainer when some of us, it seems to be eluding us? I'm sure each of you lot can think of a sister who, does she fully represent your circle? Now, a lot of women will say, oh yes, my circle, but then you've got to look at your circle. Do I have a good circle? And if my circle isn't good, does that mean that element of myself is not that? There's always a way how we want to see ourselves, ladies. But it's not how we always see ourselves. How do people truly see us? What lens do people see us? So who we have around us, that it has to represent. There's a worldview lens that we're looked at as women. There is. And then there's also the lens that we look at the world in. And it has to match, ladies. I cannot say, oh, yes, it's certain women's right to do whatever. And then when it comes to my daughters, oh, no, it's a different kettle of fish. No. I have to present. I can't say, oh, ladies, man. Wives, mothers, sisters, we have a different task on our hands. We do. We have a different task. The representation of women is not really great. For so many reasons. But even on a base level, how we are, our sister circle, the representation of that is not good. Generally, our sister circles are represented as being quite bitchy, being quite drama and chaos filled. You know, a lot of the times we are suffering trauma at the hands of our friendship groups. You know, it's like we have to look at that. So we're here about accountability. We're here about honesty. Well, ladies, if you're struggling with it, like, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. But you have to be willing to do something about it. You have to be willing to say, and by being here, that is like saying, yes, I'm taking accountability to the kind of circle I want around me. Maybe I don't have a good circle around me. Maybe I have a circle around me, but I'm not sure these ladies are 200%. So let me just see in another circle how it really works. And then we go with that. But ladies, representation matters, man. Pick your sister circles wisely. Pick them wisely. Vet these sisters, vet these friends, these colleagues, these people that we align ourselves to, that we call friends, or we say our family member we hold so dear. Are they aiding our growth? How have they been in the times of our growth? And if you've got some good sisters around you, ladies, hang on to them. Treat them well. Treat them well. We have to treat our sisters well. So with that, I might go into it another time about representation matters, because it really is something where, especially when I see with all these women empowerment groups, ladies, it's like we're just aligning ourselves for the greater good of what? Sisterhood? But for all these groups in which you claim to be empowered by, do these people know your trials, troubles, and tribulations? Do they know your money-making goals? Do they know them? Do they know your legacy visions? Do they know them? Something to think about. But all right, ladies, I shall leave it there. I don't like to keep these too long. But of course, ladies, as always, comment, leave your messages. I always look forward to hearing it. There's so many ways you can get through to me. So pick one. All right, ladies.